I have been going to Summer Beer Fest 15 plus years. I can't even count how many.
Was it?
It was before I was a brewer.
Really? Did you go to Livonia?
No, I did not go to Livonia. That was
Right
it was
before.
like
Nice.
yeah. My first beer festival, I got walked around in King's Brewing in Pontiac.
Kings.
They're still open.
Oh my God.
Remember
That
Kings in
place
Pontiac?
was awesome. We used to go there all the time.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was still open. It was one of the last festivals they were at, and I was like, my friend Jim Brown told me, hey, I asked him what kind of beer, what beer should I try. He's like, oh, these guys are closing soon. Go try their beer.
Oh my God.
And yeah, that's one of the memories.
Wow.
Jim Brown's like
Jim Brown's the OG.
Yeah,
I mean,
he is.
there's Brew Guyver, who has everything, and then
Yeah.
Jim
Michael
Brown.
Bryan.
Michael Bryan's got all the tools. Jim Brown's the other guy.
Yeah.
That if you need something,
Oh yeah.
and I've learned from them to keep the tools because I carry all of them with me. Like I've got rentals.
Oh yeah, you got friends. Awesome. So Jay, I know you brew beer and you've been in brewing for a while. So how did you get your start?
My friend came to me. He's like, "Hey, do you want to brew some beer with me in my garage?" And I was like, "Is it legal?" Yes. Okay, let's go make some booze. And we just got obsessed, and we just started. We would brew 15 gallons, 20 gallons a day,
Really?
and then let it ferment, taste it, and then give it away. We're like, let's do it again. And we would do this constantly. It was more about just doing it. It was such a fun hobby that
Yeah. So now at that time, were you doing like kit beers or were you mashing? Were you...
I started with kit beers. I did kit beers for like 3 years almost. And then I was like, I can do this. And I just started throwing things together. And then about a year after doing all grain myself,
Yeah.
I ran into Paul Poba from Tri-City Brewing.
Okay.
I was like, hey, can I come clean your mash tun? Well, yeah, because no one's going to say no.
Yeah.
Free labor? Come on.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Come on, clean.
Right.
So I started cleaning the mash tun, and 6 months later, like, we should probably pay you. You know, you keep showing up and cleaning, so you want a job? Okay, yeah, let's get a job.
So that's your entry into Tri-City.
Oh, yeah. I just kept showing up every day until they kicked me out. And then, like, well, we should probably pay you at this point.
Because I know that's how we met you.
Yes.
It's through Tri-City.
Yep.
Yeah. You were brewing there. You invited us up to come up and like hang out and check out the facility. And you had music.
Yeah.
And you were like, we should hang out and do things. And
Well, yeah, I met you at a beer festival or something,
Yeah.
and you guys were following music and everything, and I was like,
Yeah.
well, I like beer and music, and these guys like, hey, come hang out with us. I'm like, okay, cool. And then all these years later, we're still talking.
We're still going.
Yeah.
So, what as far as like beers, your strategy for a beer fest, what do you do as far as like trying to get the beers you want to get?
As far as what I bring or what I try.
What you'd like to try?
What I like to try, I'd like to try clean everyday beers.
Yeah.
I don't need fruit in a beer.
Yeah.
A Pilsner, a Kolsch,
Yep.
an everyday drinking beer. That's how you can tell how good a brewery is.
Yeah.
By that, if you throw a bunch of fruit in it, it's gonna taste good no matter what you do.
Yeah.
If it's a clean, easy drinking beer and it tastes good,
Yeah.
and you want another one, that's a skill
Yeah.
that not a lot of brewers have. I mean,
Yeah.
we all do beer. We can make prison hooch. Like I've done it myself. Like just throw some
Prison hooch.
Yeah. Throw stuff in a bag with grapefruit. And,
Right.
Yeah, and we got some prison hooch. It'll get you drunk, but
Oh
but
my
it's not
God.
it's not gonna be what you want all the time.
Yeah.
You know.
So as a brewer, we talked to Corey from Farm Club, and
Oh, yeah.
he was about like the iteration, trying to get like for him it was like I want to get my lagers dialed in. I want it to be that. So how is it for you as like a brewer? Like what do you think about when you're brewing the beer?
The one thing I tell people, they ask me what my favorite beer is. At Perrin, my favorite beer is Perrin Black.
Nice.
I make Perrin Black every week. I make that beer sometimes twice a week. The reason it's my favorite is because it's the same every time. That's how I get my craft.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it the same every single time. I want that beer to be perfect coming in
Yeah.
and out. Like it has to be.
Yeah.
Like we built this brand, we built this thing that if I do anything different, it's not going to be the same thing anymore.
Yeah.
So I make sure that it's the same every time. Same temperature, same. I'm kind of weird where I clock in at the exact same time. It's just a thing that you do as a brewer. Like this is how you make it.
Yeah.
It might not have anything to do with the actual beer, but in my mind it does.
Yeah. So what's the what do you love most about brewing beer?
My favorite thing is handing someone a beer and seeing how they react. When I hand someone a No Rules and they take a drink and they just look down and they're dumbfounded, like, what is this? I'm like, it's a beer.
Right.
It's amazing to see that look on people's faces, to see that enjoyment.
Yeah.
That's what keeps me going to work every day. It's like I put smiles on people's faces.
Yeah.
And that's why I go to work every day.
That's
honestly.
Awesome.
I mean,
that's awesome. So, I think most people think that the life of a brewer is super sexy or super sexy.
Oh, you know I'm super sexy, but
But what is the unsexy part of brewing?
The unsexy part is we're always wet. We're laying on the ground. We're scrubbing dirty. We're basically janitors, scrubbing and cleaning constantly. I'm sweaty, gross all the time, but nobody sees that part. They see the part. I'm still sweaty and gross now, but I kind of hide it well.
So, as far as like beer styles that you wish folks would pay attention to more, what would that be? If you were going to give a recommendation.
If you want a good beer, drink an English bitter.
Bitter.
An English bitter. It doesn't have a lot of alcohol. It looks dark, but it's one of the best iterations of beer there is. It looks dark in color, but it's light. It's got so much flavor, but it's not heavy. I mean, you look at it and it blows your mind when you taste it. Like, well, that doesn't make sense. It should be heavy and dark. But it's not.
Yeah. Don't be afraid of the dark.
No. Never be afraid of the dark.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Jay Green, appreciate you talking with me on whatever the fuck this is. But I love you. And
I love you too, brother.